Hey, hello again. This is a continuation from my last video that I did last night, talking about how I was going to go to church Bible study in the morning and go and actually listen to what they had to say when it came to teaching about the Bible. And because Bible study is where you go through and you read through the chapters, certain verses, things like that, and the preacher gets up, or well, not the preacher, but something like a Sunday school teacher or whatever gets up and kind of explains what it means, so you have a better understanding. At that time, you can actually ask questions stuff. During a sermon, you're not really able to answer questions and maybe even be asked to leave. So I got up in plenty of time, took a shower, went ahead and let Fritz out so he can go do his thing, and then I hopped in the car and I took my iPad and tried recording, which I did get the recording to a point where I got down into where I was going. Once I got there, I tried to set it up so that it would record while I was outside the car. Basically, there was no small church that worshipped at this address on Sunday morning. It turns out that it was actually a salon, and last night some Joes were fighting, and one got pushed and he fell into the window, broke the window, so the owners were there picking up the glass and things like that. Very nice couple. The husband even explained how the person who got pushed into the window went and got the cops, let them know what happened. The guy who pushed him was there to admit, yeah, they were a little frustrated at each other, so a little deal broke out, and the cops went ahead and got their information, and I'm sure those guys will turn around and end up paying for it. They even come by and apologize. So it's going to cost about $300 to get that window replaced. Not too much of a big deal. Just more of an inconvenience. When I was leaving, the owner was putting up plywood to cover up the window. Once again, they were very, very polite. I told them what I was doing and everything, trying to find this church and all that. The wife kind of just nodded and she smiled and she walked off when I mentioned this. So I don't think she was all into the church thing either. Then I explained to the husband actually what my intent was once I got to the church was to ask questions, that I didn't believe in all that. And maybe he was a believer and I told him, I said I didn't want to know what his beliefs were and everything. It didn't matter. But I was just, I don't know, coming clean of what my intentions were. So I was getting ready to leave. I went ahead and asked him his name and everything. And he explained how his business would be moving here pretty soon from where it was currently located to more downtown Manhattan. Great guy. Very polite. So on my way back, I dropped by another church to see what time they start services or they had Bible study. They had nothing on Bible study. They just had it where they would have services at a certain time. And I'm not all about going to services. And if I was, it would be just to be able to take notes and then actually come back and make a video about what they talked about and the aspect or the view as an atheist as far as what I thought it was talking about, or how it contradicts with another verse within the Bible. So I know some of y'all were saying, like, you're crazy for doing this, your view lost it, and that I was being deceptive about going out and doing this. The church was inviting me to come in, and I was coming over with different intentions. The thing you gotta understand is that I have a dry sense of humor, so when I talked about as far as taking over the church and becoming the preacher, that was a little sarcastic. I wasn't actually planning on doing that. I had no intentions of doing that. That's just my dry sense of humor. It's hard to tell sometimes when I'm being serious or if I'm just playing around. So, I'm just going to throw out my next video is going to have to do with moving away from Christianity, going to move towards Mormon, about particular subjects about the Mormons. We'll see how that goes.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
Yeah, it's got electrolytes.
What are electrolytes? Do you even know?
It's what they used to make Brondo.
Yeah, but why did they use them to make Brondo?
Because Brondo's got electrolytes.